Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and this is my full review of the Kodak Hero 7.1 printer. Now, if you've been checking my channel regularly, you will have seen that I did 3 demonstration videos for Kodak, and it was showing you various features of the Kodak Hero printer. Well, this is my full review, so I'm going to share with you my opinion about the printer, and we're going to start things off with a look at the user interface and also the copying feature of the Hero 7.1. So the first thing I want to show you is the starter pack that you get with the Kodak Hero. Now, you do get a quick start guide, which is just like a fold out sheet, and that talks you through the connections on the printer. You also get this sort of box with a number 1 on it. It says start here, and this just gives you everything you're going to want to know about the printer. So we'll open this up. This is the fold out guide, and this goes quite big. I'm not going to show you this all on camera, but it just talks you through installing the cartridges and the print head, etc., running through a calibration sheet. Very easy to follow and just gets you up and running nice and quickly. We also get some software. Now, my personal way of doing this is I never install the software off the CD. I've just always got into the habit of downloading the latest software from the website. But if you want to do it through this, you can install from the CD and always update to a later version if it prompts you to do an update. Also got some information about firmware upgrades, and then we've also got a printed user guide. Not many manufacturers do this nowadays, but this actually guides you through pretty much all of the printer, including the user interface. So great that you get a printed guide. And then there's also these. Now, I haven't looked at these, I must admit. It says create amazing 3D pictures, and you've got a couple of pairs of 3D glasses in there. Now, I haven't played with that. I'll leave that up to you guys and girls to discover. Now, what else have we got? I want to just show you the user interface, which is equally as impressive. We've got this full colour touch screen here, and there's touch sensitive controls around the edge of the screen as well, and it's extremely easy to navigate through. We've got left and right arrows, and we can access settings for maintenance, cloud printing, printer settings, network settings, etc. You can also push this question mark and it will give you a guide about how to use the touch feature on that particular icon. And you can see here one of the touch sensitive portions on the right hand side is lit up, so I can actually X that out. We've also got quick access features here to paper levels, ink levels, and also your Wi-Fi settings. And then again, some more touch controls have appeared on the left hand side, so now I can go back or all the way back to the home screen. So now I'm going to move on and show you very quickly how to do a copy. So we're going to copy something from the top glass here and show you the resulting quality of the printout. Okay, so for the copying example, or the photocopying feature, I'm going to use this front cover of digital SLR photography, and I've chosen this primarily because it's got a nice photo on the front cover, and I'm going to copy it onto plain paper because I'm going to show you photos later on in this video, and I wanted to really show you what happens when you copy something with quite a high saturation of ink just onto plain paper. So we lift up the top cover here, and we have got an A4 bed, so it's not going to fit the whole cover. Oh yes, it is, just about fits the whole cover in there, and we're lining it up to the arrows in this corner of the screen, and we close that down. Now, it's not a Z hinge as I'd call it, so it does remain sort of open at the front here. If it was a Z hinge, it would lift up at the back so that the top cover would remain flat. And then we've got a couple of options. We've got copy document, which is mainly for sort of text and graphics, or copy photo, and I'm going to choose copy photo. We've got quantity options here, and also whether it's colour or black and white. We can also tap options here as well, and it gives us quantity, colour, copy size. So we're going to say If I scroll down, hopefully there'll be an A4 option. There we go, A4. You must first select the bottom tray. So we're going to select bottom tray and then go back in and select A4 again. So we've got A4 colour from the bottom tray. We're not going to lighten or darken it. Quality set as normal. If I just go into here, we've got option applies to plain paper. Quality is automatically selected for photo paper. So we're going to leave it just on normal. And then we're going to touch this button here, which starts the copying procedure. And this also gives you an option to hear the sort of volume that the printer produces. So that whirring noise at the moment is the scanner head going across. And then it's just completed its scan, and now it's pulling paper into the printer. And this is the sort of noise volume you're going to expect whilst it's printing. And for me, I think that is more than acceptable noise level. It's not loud at all really, and that would be great in a home environment or a home office environment. And here we go, you can see the sheet coming out, nice and quick. Obviously if I'd set it to a higher quality level on photo paper, that would take a little bit longer. And here we go. Copy complete. Now the reason I did this on plain paper, because as you can see it does saturate the paper with ink, so if you're printing out something with a lot of ink on it, you're better off doing it onto photo paper. Let's grab the original cover out and show you these side by side, and there you go. I think that is a really good result. The reds aren't quite as vibrant on the top, but then that's down to the colour. You can see that red band there. Sorry, that's down to the paper. If this had been on glossy photo paper, this red in my tests would have been a lot more accurate compared to the original. But if you look at it as an overall, it's picked up all of the tones, it's got the nice yellows, nice shadow areas, so a very good job. You consider this is done on a piece of paper where I paid probably about £1 for a pack of 500 sheets. This is just standard 80 gram paper. If I left this under a book just to dry out and to flatten, that would be absolutely fine as a copy. So for copying photos and business graphics off that top glass, absolutely fantastic. Well, I'm sure you'll agree that the actual user interface on this printer is really good. I've been so pleased with how easy it is to navigate. Also, that quality print from the top glass, more than acceptable. So using this for copying in perhaps a home office or small office environment is absolutely fine. And printing out business graphics, things like documents with bar charts and graphs on, etc., equally as good. Now I want to just talk to you a little bit about photo quality, because one of the great features about this that I talked about in my demonstration videos is the fact you can have A4 paper loaded in, and also you can keep it loaded up with photo paper as well, so you can easily switch between different types of media without actually having to go to the printer and physically swap out paper. And I've been doing some test printing out photos, so I wanted to show you what I really thought about the quality of the photos on this. And let's deal with little sort of 6x4 photos first. And these three that I'm going to show you were actually taken with the Canon PowerShot S100. And I've been really pleased with the quality of photos from that camera, so was very interested to see how this printer handled printing them out. Now this first one, this is of my Angry Bird, and the colours on this, absolutely fantastic. Great amount of detail, and it's just done an awesome job of reproducing what I saw with my eye. So the red colour is very accurate, and the colours on my little key figures underneath that Angry Bird, just spot on really. So it's done an extremely good job of colour accuracy. Moving on, this is another one of my key figures, and I printed this one out just because I loved it. I just like this crazy Steve character. And again, the blue very good, great amount of detail, and just the tonal quality on this one shows that the Kodak Hero 7.1 does a good job again of colour accuracy. And then this last one I printed out, I did this just to show if the Hero 7.1 would handle detail properly. And this is of my little Lockwood Katie figure. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up, but if I just put that nice and close, the little tiny hairs all over this little key figure, it's just printed them out really well and captured all of the detail. Even in the darker areas, just on the arms there, it's still managed to print out the detail extremely well. So for photos, these little 6x4s, it prints them out nice and quickly, and I think it does a fantastic job. So well done Kodak on that front. Now moving on, I tested a couple of different types of paper, and this just shows that you really do have to select the best media for whatever you're printing out. Now as I said before, for business graphics, absolutely fine. A mixture of text and bar charts and small photos, you can just use normal paper. For photos, you have to really select photo paper, and I'll show you why. This is a photo of my Panasonic SD700. This is the camera I'm recording this on in the studio, and this is printed on normal paper, and you can see the paper's gone a bit curled where it's taken quite a lot of ink in the centre portion of the paper, and there's not a great deal of detail. It looks a little bit muddy and not fantastic. This is the same photo printed on Kodak photo paper, and it is a completely different story. It's got a slight gloss sheen to it, but the detail in the shadow areas completely changed and transformed how this photo looks. And just looking at this is a brilliant printout. And again, this was taken with the Canon S100, and I would be pleased with that from a printer of this sort of price. Even paying a little bit more, I'd be more than happy with this sort of printout quality. With regards to print cost, I haven't had the printer long enough to really determine that, but I have done a lot of printouts during my tests. I've done all of those demonstration videos for Kodak, I've done printouts for this full review, and I've really been pushing through probably, I would say, about 20 A4 photos, and probably about the same amount of the little 4x6s and some business graphics, and I'm still on the first set of cartridges, so I think it's done a good job with regards to ink capacity and economy as well. So good job on that front. Just one negative, just one negative that I've picked up on, and all printers do this to varying degrees, but this one does seem to move about a lot. You'll have noticed in my demonstration videos I had it on my little spinny table just over there, and it really does need to be on a firm surface, because as the carriage moves backwards and forwards, the printer does move about. So on a sturdier surface is definitely recommended. Now with regards to price on this, I just remind myself it's going to cost you around about, let's just pick up my notes here, yeah, so around about £149 in the UK. If you shop around a little bit, you'll probably pick it up a little bit cheaper, around about the £130 mark if you shop around, but the actual real price of it is £149. In the US, $180, and I think that is a very good price when you take into consideration you're getting the dual paper trays, double-sided printing, copying function, also a good scanner as well for scanning into your computer. Forgot to mention that, you can scan direct to your computer from this device. Plus you've got USB, Ethernet and wireless connections as well. Makes it a very versatile product. I think it's a very fair price to ask, and it looks nice as well. I like the styling of the product. So that is it. My main advice, if you're looking at this, is consider your media options. So make sure if you're going to print out photos, get some good quality photo paper, otherwise you won't be happy with it. If you do that, I think you'll be more than happy with the Kodak Hero 7.1. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this review. I will see you all in the next video.